Hello folks, Steve with West Virginia Cabin Living. Hey, we're at the house here this weekend. It's a nice day and I had the tractor out for a few things anyway, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to give you guys just a brief review of my Land Pride SB1051 rear mount snowblower. So hang in there just a second and we'll get you started on a review. So I purchased this blower in fall of 2016. It was in response that January that year. We had a really large snow here. It was 26 inches. They predicted 12, and the next morning when I woke up, there was 26 on the ground. It was still snowing. I think the total on my patio was 28 inches. So you know, the greater blade that I normally plow with that I have behind the tractor, you know, it just wasn't cutting it. There's been about 3 times over the years since I've owned this house over the past 10 years that I've run into problems being able to get out of this driveway. And you can kind of see if I pan around, I've got quite a ways to go up to the road. So you know, I'm sure I could probably get somebody to do it. But you know, when you really need somebody, they're just never around to get done what you need to get done. So I like to kind of rely on myself as much as I can. So that was when I kind of had it. I didn't want to be hard on my tractor, so I bought the blower, and I figured, you know, I mean, it'll probably last me the rest of my life, no more than what I'll use it. And if I need it, I got it. So here it is. So since I purchased it in fall of 2016, I have not used it yet. This January, I finally got the opportunity to use it a little bit. It's only about 5 inches of snow, but I wanted to get it out and I wanted to try it out. And the reason I wanted to get it out and try it out is because when I buy things, I'm not kind of a big extras kind of guy. And I'll show you here. Down on the bottom of the housing here, you can kind of see those bolts and there's a little black edge there, almost like a cutting edge on a grater blade. That is actually a wear edge. Now, when I first bought this, I wasn't sure that I'd need that or not, because I was kind of hoping to keep it up off the gravel far enough. I mean, I don't need to remove all the snow from my driveway. I just need to remove enough snow that I can drive a vehicle out of here without getting stuck. So I didn't get that. As it turns out, it's going to be a little bit tougher to stay up off the gravel than what I thought. You know, sometimes it's dark. You know, you try to straddle your wheel ruts and keep a shoe on the high point on the edge of the driveway and the high point on the center of the driveway. But you know, when it's dark and snow everywhere, it's a little tougher to do that than what you think. So I went ahead and after I used it once, I went ahead and purchased that wear edge. It was only $30. Now, the other thing I did, and here's going to be the real challenge here with the gravel driveway, and you know, same problem that I have with my grater blade. You know, I would always lose a little bit of gravel when you plow snow, and that's just the way it was. So at some point, I would always plow and just leave the snow piled up still in the gravel. That way when the snow melted, you know, the gravel just fell right back down into the gravel. Thought I was a genius doing that, and then you get one of the winters where you really do get a lot of snow and you just totally run out of places to put it. And next thing you know, you got this big snow pile that you're trying to move, so you got room to put more snow. So I've just accepted over the years that I'm probably going to lose a few pieces of gravel when I plow, and I don't think it's going to be much different here with this blower neither. So, but one thing I did do is I had these outer shoes here. So the outer shoe option makes the blower 56 1/2 inches wide with a working width of 51 inches. So in addition to these outer shoes, I also purchased a set of inner shoes. Now these inner shoes are more like the standard shoes you'd see on a snowplow blade for the state road or something along those lines. Pretty thick steel. It looks to be about 1/2 inch or so, and I adjusted them where they actually set down on the concrete about 1/2 inch before the outer shoe does. They're kind of concave. I figure I'll let them sink down just a little bit and start to bear some weight. We will see how that goes the next time it snows. You know, and I can't imagine if you get like a lot of snow, like a foot or so, that's even going to be that big of an issue getting down into the gravel. But we'll see how it goes, and I'll keep you guys posted. Speaking of extras, the chute. So this particular blower, I believe there was an electric option to adjust the chute. There was a hydraulic option to adjust the chute. I chose the handle, and then the adjustment of the discharge there out of the chute, you can adjust that by hand also. And really, for my purposes, if I pan you guys around again, you can kind of see out through there. I'm pretty open. I don't need to be adjusting my chute all over the place. It's just not tight quarters at all, so I got the space. So that seems to work pretty good for me so far. couple other, I guess, things about the blower. It's heavy. It's like 400 pounds without any of the options on it. So it is a pretty heavy attachment to the tractor. The other thing that I have not experimented with at all, and I'll kind of zoom in and show you guys. Right now, this blower, it came to me from the dealer, and it came to me adjusted as far out as possible. So I have not played around with that at all. Once I use it a little bit more, I may adjust it in where it's closer to the tractor. That way it doesn't have quite as much leverage on me. So we'll just wait and see. Again, I haven't used it enough to really kind of, you know, get a feel for it yet. So we'll see if that's going to be an option here later on. And to do that, I'll probably have to shorten up the drive shaft there a little bit again. But so far so good. Again, I've got it mounted on my B7800. Bought this tractor new in, I think, 2009. Been a real asset ever since I brought it home and got it off the truck. You know, primary purpose for the tractor is just mowing grass. I've got a 60-inch belly mower for the tractor, and that's its primary purpose. Secondary purpose is to clear the driveway, and this will be the piece of equipment that hopefully gets me out of here in some of the heavier snowfalls. So guys, there's kind of the quick walk around. One of the details, 20-inch impeller on this blower, and you know, chain drive comes out, runs your auger up front. The bearings on either side of the auger shaft there are greasable, so it's got grease points where it needs grease points. You know, gearbox with all the gears in an oil bath. So seems to be pretty well made so far. We'll see how it holds up, I guess. I mean, no more than I'll use it. I would imagine it would probably last me the remainder of my life is what I'm kind of hoping for here. So if you got any questions, feel free to comment with your questions. I'll do my best to answer them. And if you guys want to subscribe, and we get some snow. Right now it's the end of January, so we got about a month and a half here for something to shake out this year if it's going to happen. If we get some snow, I will definitely do a video of blowing some snow with this, and we'll see how it works. Thanks everyone for your time. Appreciate it.